I think Jalen Hurts gets unfairly criticized. He's had an offensive coordinator change on him
Yeah.
almost 10 times since he came out of high school, from Alabama, and then obviously he went to Oklahoma on his own. Philadelphia, with coaching changes and offensive coordinator changes. It's so difficult to do all of to continue to be consistent when you have somebody different in your head, which is why what Sam did this year is unbelievable, and why Drake May is so lucky, right? I mean, he's lucky in the fact that he did have experience a coaching change from year 1 to year 2, but Vrabel coming in with Josh McDaniels and then the front office surrounding him, right? I mean, he seems to be set.
That's the challenge. That's the challenge for every defensive head coach. In a perfect world, you've got a great head coach who calls offensive plays, because if you've got a defensive coach and you're having the success like Jalen Hurts has had, whenever he's had someone who's been good for him, that guy has left and become a head coach. And then when he's had someone who has not been good for him, that guy has lost his job. So that's why he's been through so many different offensive coordinators. And in New England, going back to Drake May, will Josh McDaniels, will he get another opportunity to be a head coach? He's been given 2 opportunities and it hasn't gone well for him. Maybe not. So he might be one of the exceptions, Mike Vrabel, in that regard, in that here he is as a defensive coach having a lot of success offensively. Drake May's obviously had an MVP type season. And yet Josh McDaniels may very well be his head coach throughout his entire career. You look at Seattle. Well, Clint Kubiak is being named as the guy who is going to accept the Las Vegas Raiders job. So now all of a sudden you've got Sam Darnold, who's had this great year, and Seattle has, and Mike McDonald's going to be looking for another offensive coordinator. So, those are the challenges, and that's what makes it difficult for a defensive-minded head coach. You mentioned my involvement with the Dolphins in their process. I think they've got an outstanding head coach. I believe they've got an outstanding general manager. But if Jeff Hafley has the success that he hopes to have, there's a good chance then that Bobby Slowick is going to be moving on at some point in time, and you've got to have a pipeline of coaches that can step in and take over.
Interesting. Fascinating, Troy, no doubt. By the way, I had Jeff Hafley on the show a couple weeks ago. Loved him. I'd never met him before. Yeah. He seemed to be like the words that I use, emotionally intelligent.
Well, I think it's a good word, Rich, and I agree with you. So in broadcasting, obviously I've been doing this a long time, 25 years. There have been coaches who, when I've had production meetings with them, who I didn't know, and as soon as I meet them, I've said, wow, this guy, he's not going to be a coordinator long. He's going to be a head coach real soon.
Sure.
I thought Mike Vrabel was that guy. I thought D'Amico Ryans was that guy. And I'll tell you, I felt that way about Jeff Hafley a year ago, back in 24, when we first did the Packers. Our first production meeting with Jeff, I remember saying to our crew, this guy's going to be a head coach real soon. And he already had been in college. So I believe he checks all the boxes. I really do. But he does have the challenge of addressing the offensive side of the ball in an offensive league. Not now. I mean, he's hoping that becomes a problem. But like I said, those are the issues that all defensive coaches, head coaches, have to concern themselves with.
Yeah, first-class problems for sure. Did you like doing it? Did you like being in the room where it happens, where decisions like this get made here?
No, sure. Yes, I did, Rich. I mean, I've said it many times. When I was playing, I think every franchise quarterback feels that they are equipped and would have success in being involved in a front office. And for me, there's a lot of reasons. We could take this whole hour talking about it, but for me, it didn't work out for personal reasons, and went the broadcasting route. And I figured that the time had kind of passed me, and then I got a call out of nowhere from the Dolphins, and they were looking for somebody who could help them. They reached out to a number of people. My name apparently kept emerging, and they reached out and asked if I would help them. My first concern was that I've always been asked about coaches. I've never been asked about general managers. And so I just wanted to be sure I could give them what they were hoping I could. And I talked to some people, did some homework on it, reached out to some folks, and not only did I think I could help him, I became very confident I could help him a lot. So I decided to do it. It was a great experience for me. Loved getting to know Mr. Ross and his family, Danny Silman, his son-in-law, of course, Tom Garfinkel, who I had a history with already, going back into some other businesses, Danny Marino and Brandon Shore. And so John Eric-Sullivan was hired as a general manager. They then asked if I would stay on and help them find a head coach. So I was involved in that process as well, and thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was, I thought we did, we were very detailed. We interviewed a lot of people. And I feel good that they hired two really outstanding individuals that will do well. But time will answer that question.
Well, and if it answers it positively, I mean, you're going to get more phone calls, I'd imagine. Maybe you can have 8 incorporated, where one side makes the beer, the other side makes championship teams. You know, I mean, maybe you start.
We're all in. We're all in. We're in for all of it, Rich. I mean, life is short. Might as well enjoy it.
Why not? Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.